I am currently exploring down a backcountry road about 40 kilometers outside of Lake Cowichan, BC. And there's a lot of conflict going on this island currently with the Forest Service Company and some protesters that are trying to protect the last of the old growth forest. So sometime on our journey here in the next day or two, we're going to be running into some protesting camps that were built way out here. And I don't really have an opinion on this stuff. I don't get into politics. I've never been that kind of person. So I don't have an opinion on either side of that fence. But I can understand. Because if you take a look around, you guys, there's lots of small, freshly planted trees that have only been out here for probably about a year or two. And in 50 years from now, they're probably going to chop those trees down again. I get it. It's a part of life. We all need wood to survive, to build homes with. The inside of my van is built out of wood, so I can't complain. But I do understand where these protesters are coming from, trying to protect the last of the old growth forest. I hear there's only like 4% of it left on this island. So I understand. I understand why they're trying to protect it. There's animals that live inside of that old growth that rely on the old forest to survive. Some of those animals won't survive in a younger forest. So I understand it. But I'm also super thankful to all the Forest Service companies for giving me access to making home way out here. If it wasn't for these roads, I wouldn't be parked right there today.
Oh my goodness. That looks amazing. Whoa. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like literally throwing stuff in here. So we have honey garlic sausage from Costco, some onions and some mushrooms. And now we're gonna quickly throw in some spinach, quickly stir that in and then put it on the plate. All right. Get in there, spinach. Maybe I put in too much spinach. It'll cook down a little bit. I don't want it like soggy, but smaller. Okay. And that's about all you want to do. Just a little bit on the spinach. You don't want the spinach to be like completely limp. That's a nasty word, but you get the point. Who says that I can't cook? Oh, wait a minute, that was me. I said that. Look at that, my friends. Real simple. A couple little spices, spinach, mushrooms, onions, and some sausage. For spices on here, I use garlic and Last Dollar. I'm going through this one the most. Unbelievable. So nice to have this tabletop in the back of my van. It's completely made like the ultimate outdoor kitchen. And now that my van is 6 inches higher, shouldn't eat with my muffle. It's a better height, where before it was a little lower because my van was low. Now this is perfect. My van is a dining table. If I had a couple tall stools, we could sit a couple people around here. I think I found the most peaceful place on Vancouver Island. I haven't heard anything today. You hear the faint sound of water in the background, and then you realize it's just wind as the wind gets closer to you, and then it goes stone quiet when there's no wind. It is quiet here. There's an eagle up there. learned something about eagles when I was in Squamish, and I didn't know if you guys knew this. I always thought a bald eagle was born bald. Not bald, but with a white head. Turns out that a 4 to 5 year old eagle is when they finally get the white head. When they're younger, I just thought, oh my God, look, it's a hawk or something. I don't know anything about those things. And now I just know that a younger eagle, 1, 2, and 3 years old, it looks just like grays and browns. And then as they get older, they start to get a bit of white in their head. By the time I think they're 4 to 5 years old, they full-blown look like a bald eagle. And I didn't know that. These are the things that you learn slowly as you start changing your lifestyle. I know there's a lot of nature people that watch my channel and they call me out on all sorts of things that I do, but I'm learning. I'm learning little bits at a time at my pace. I'm learning to know what some trees are called and some animals. Like I drive down the street, I'm like, is that an elk? No, hold on a second, there's a moose. I know what a moose looks like, but elk and caribou I have a hard time with. But I'm learning all these things as you go. And I think for a lot of people jumping into van life, your world is about to be flipped completely upside down. I never ever would put myself out here a long time ago. Why? Because the nightclub and the hot girls and the tequila is way back in the big city. I never wanted to be here. Now, this is the only place I would rather be. I have a DJ booth in my van. All you do is drag a hot girl out here. I got all the tequila in the world and we're set. But I think in your van life, as you slowly journey down the road, month by month, year by year, something's going to happen to you. You're going to change. I changed. I couldn't imagine going back to that old life. I couldn't imagine leaving the club at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting home at 5 or 6, and then waking up at 7 with a hangover because I can't sleep in. It's not my thing. I would literally get an hour, 2 hours of sleep, and then boom, I'll be up again. Couldn't imagine going backwards, man. Wow. Just thinking back to my old life and all the hangovers and crazy nights and club events and oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I slept in today. I very rarely do this. Listen. It is so quiet out here. I can hear like this little whining, like a little ringing noise in my ears. Like it's so oddly silent. Before we hit the road this morning, got to shut this side window. Can you guys hear that? The first piece of noise I have heard, like human noise. We're on a Forest Service road, so apparently they're back at work today, and here comes all the noise. Well, the silence was beautiful while it lasted anyway. It's wild when you're out here somewhere that's completely silent and you seriously listen to the sounds of the different birds and like try to figure out how many different birds there are, to the weird sounds that the trees and stuff make, because things are creaky. I don't know how else to word that. it's never totally silent. Something's making some kind of a noise somewhere. Whether it's the rustling of something in the bush or just trees just moving a little bit and brushing up against each other. Wow. It's starting to rain. Really? After the day we had yesterday, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the very cool night's sleep last night with a little bit of wind that was coming through my window and over my head. Oh, it was great. I love having that window there, by the way. One of the most amazing upgrades I did in my van was that window. It completely changed the game. And now that we're getting into warmer weather, that window is starting to be like, heaven. Yep, my drawers aren't exactly overly organized. Oh, spilling stuff. That's okay, that's for Cruz. If I ordered this at a restaurant and it showed up at my table looking like this, I would return it. It definitely tastes way better than it looks. But I would. If a restaurant served me something look like that, I'd be like, excuse me, can you take this back because your chef clearly can't cook? Like me. I ain't no chef. But I get by. I've been cooking more now in the van than I ever did my entire life. Simple breakfast, man. I seen this stove the other day when I was at Costco. I think they were like 75 bucks. I don't really remember. But yeah, the Coleman Triton. I went in there, I'm like, hey, that's my stove. I bought this one myself at Mountain Equipment Co-op. Why do you look so mad at me? I put here, Koozie. I put some cream on his nose. Are you mad at me? Koozie, are you mad at me? I love you, buddy. Just trying to take care of you, bro. He's like, no, Dad. This is torture. I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy. Hey. I love you, bro. It's just for your own good health. It's true. It's for your own good health. Are you ready to go this morning? Hey, we'll hit the road for a little bit. Just a little bit. I bumped into a subscriber of mine the other day that gave me this little keychain. I guess it's the colors of a medicine wheel or something like that. It's pretty cool. Now I have it on my keys. Wrong key. I have so many keys on here now because I have my keys for this van and the ambulance keys. We're not alone out here on this drive. We have a friend right in front of us, see? Hey, let's have the drone turn around and come see us. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not too close, drone. No one hit the window! All right, guys, we're gonna shove the drone up in the air. There's the shot on the drone right now. You just tip the camera down or up. So I think we're gonna start this shot with the drone facing that way. We're gonna tip the camera downwards. Oh, wrong way. All right, let's go up so we can get my van. All right, here's how we're gonna start the drone. Whoop, don't shut it off. Music gets rolled and boom, super dramatic. Yeah. I'll probably, all right, let's roll.
I'm no stranger to the forest industry. My uncle was a logger when I was younger, and my grandfather used to come home smelling like cedar all the time because he worked at a cedar mill. I don't remember what they did there, but I know he just smelled like wood every time he came back. And he always left me a cookie from his lunch every time. He'd give me his lunch kit, and I'd get to eat the cookie that he never did.
All right, that shot's gonna be good. Let's bring this baby back down. And usually when you do this, you should hit record first. Hey, Chrome? Hit record first.
But I also understand the love of the old-growth forest, and the love for the animals that still call it home. So I have a heart, and I feel for what those protesters are trying to do out there. I totally get it. I'm not on any side of this fence. I'm thankful for the roads that I drive on, but I also do think it's only 4% of the forest. Just leave it alone. It's 4% left. If you've already logged the rest, then what's that last 4% to leave it alone? It's beautiful out here, and I am super thankful every day for all these roads that I drive down. So whatever your opinions are on this, I appreciate them. I'm not on any side of the fence. But I think my heart inside says, what's it going to hurt to let them stand? It's only 4%. I say, I don't know, leave them alone. They're big, they're old, they're wise. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow when we run into some of those protesting camps. See you then.